Hey, what's up, guys? Mick here. This video is going to delve into something I've never really talked about on here, at least. I mean, I've talked to friends about it and stuff like that to get their opinions. Mainly, the thing I want to kind of get into here is like basically conspiracy theories, and not only conspiracy theories, but how people can so adamantly believe in something that they won't even listen to logic, reason, anything like that. Um, it's kind of crazy and it's kind of scary in some aspects. Um, I mean, when I was in high school, um, pretty sure it was high school, the 9/11 loose change video came out, um, which I watched and I was like, wow, I couldn't believe that the Bush administration did that. I was so shocked. And then after a couple months of believing it, I was always looking into it more and more, and then I started running across these websites and that had guides and videos and stuff that were basically debunking the 9/11 conspiracy theory. And it was crazy because I looked into it. As the more I read, I was like, man, I can't believe I fell into that. I can't believe I believed that. But it just goes to show, I mean, I'm pretty gullible, but, how many people out there can look at something on the internet and think, oh man, that's got to be true, it's on the internet, which unfortunately is a bad way to do it, but a lot of people do that. And 9/11 conspiracy is pretty nutty. Um, for example, I can think of a couple, one of which the World Trade Center was blown up by a space beam. Um, Another one was a bunch of demolition guys came into the building while it was in use and installed charges all over the building so it would collapse perfectly. Um, One other one I can think of off the top of my head was somebody said that they had planted nukes in the building, mini nukes that somehow didn't look like a nuke when they exploded, but they were nuclear bombs. Yeah, no radiation either. Um, but that's it occurs every day. I mean, you look back at like the Kennedy assassination, the moon landing assassinations, all that stuff. I mean, people to this day will believe anything. And you got the people who profit off of it. You have people who write books about the conspiracy theories, sell them. People buy them like crazy. The followers, they make plenty of money off of it. Now, do they believe what they're writing, or are they just making money? That's hard to say. Sometimes you got to wonder if they're just saying it something crazy just to make some money off of it. Um, but I mean, and you also got like, I'm not going to mention names or anything like that because I don't want a ton of people jumping on here and start attacking me. But you got a radio guy. He says some crazy shit. He basically talked about suitcase bombs going off all over the U.S., false flag attacks. We're going to be invading Iran, using false flag attacks, things like that. I mean, it's just, and they have facts to back them up. But if you do any research, you can find out, these facts aren't exactly right. Um, but the problem is when you bring these facts to somebody, or a believer who's like, because I'm not knocking everybody, because like me personally, after doing a little bit of research after watching that, I mean, I realized I was wrong, and I do believe some people are like that. But then there are some people, you can bring them the facts, you can tell them, hey, this is evidence here, and they'll sit there and they'll just make up and they'll use straw man arguments and do whatever they can just to not believe you. And this goes from conspiracy theories all the way through politics, absolutely everything. Um, but it just, I mean, it's scary and it's sad. You know, and how many, like I said, I mean, how many people go on the internet and look at something and go, oh, I believe it, it's on the internet. And I think some of it goes to, it kind of relates back to my video I made the other night, about people respecting other people's opinions. I personally respect other people's opinions. Now, when somebody looks at me and goes, this is fact, you know, this is fact that this happened because of some zany theory they have, and when you bring them the facts and they sit there and tell you, no, you were wrong, you're a government shill, you're a plant by the NWO, things like that, I mean, that just drives me crazy. And, a good friend of mine, well, was, she was living with some people who were watching these videos. Like, oh, I mean, they were. She was telling me stuff, and I couldn't believe it. There were videos on how if you want to be famous or be rich, you have to sell your soul to the devil and become a lizard person. And they had these videos that were like supposedly showed Rihanna, I think it was, turning into a lizard person on stage. And it's just, I mean, it is scary how many people will fall into these things and believe this crap. I mean, oh, I mean, I've personally never met anybody who is very believable. I mean, I try to look at everything with an open mind, even conspiracy theories. I mean, I mainly read them for shits and giggles now because they're a source of entertainment for me. But, you know, it amazes me how many people will fall into something and ignore the facts. And like I said, when it goes into politics, I mean, you know, there was just a lot of things like that. And I just want everybody to keep an open mind. That's basically what this video is about.